Hi, I'm the academic astrologer, and I'm here to talk to you today about astrocartography for optimal fertility. So, those that are trying to optimize fertility, they have a lot of different tools that they can tackle, and one of them is astrocartography, which is also known as relocation astrology, and it's a branch of astrology that maps a person's birth chart against the world to help identify places that resonate with them. And so this is just one more tool in your toolkit to hack fertility. First, you can go to astro.com, look at Locational Astrology, and click on Astroclick Travel. Now, a more advanced tool is SolarFire, but it does cost about $300 to get SolarFire unless you work with a fertility astrocartographer like me. The most fertility supportive astrocartography lines overall would be Moon IC, Venus IC, Jupiter IC, and the Ceres IC. Now, Ceres is a fertility goddess. It's kind of like the moon, but a little bit more fertility positive focused. Also, supportive lines would be the Moon Ascendant, the Venus Ascendant, the Jupiter Ascendant, and the Ceres Ascendant. Now, these could work either way, but they might be positive. The Ceres Descendant line as well as the Venus Descendant line. So many specialists, like myself, would also check where the fifth house ruler becomes angular in relocation charts. Sometimes the best fertility location isn't the classic Venus moon line, but somewhere where the fifth house ruler moves to the first, fourth, seventh, or 10th, or the moon becomes angular. These can be very powerful locations. You do want to work with a fertility astrocartographer who can look at your specific chart to find the best lines for your specific case. But sometimes you're looking where the fifth house ruler moves to the fifth, the fourth, the seventh, or the 10th, or the moon becomes angular, as I mentioned. Overall, astrocartography lines to seek would be moon lines. So your IC, which is more about home, your ascendant, which is more about your personhood, or your descendant line, which is more about other people. So why would you seek a moon line? Because they govern fertility, motherhood, emotions, and the womb. And locations near the moon lines can often promote emotional and physical alignment for conception and parenting. But in particular, you want to look at that IC line if it's available. And this is excellent for grounding and nurturing the body, promoting a healthy foundation for pregnancy. This is the ultimate home line. You also, though, can look at the ascendant, so that enhances emotional sensitivity and connectivity to family building. It's intuitive, comforting, nourishing, you feel at home. Also, you want to look at the descendant lines, perhaps. This can be emotional bonding, nourishing relationships, but it can also emphasize relationship challenges. Again, you want to see the condition of your moon. How is your moon doing in your particular chart? Which it would be helpful to consult an astrocartographer in this case. Also, Venus lines, such as your IC and ascendant line. So why? Venus symbolizes love, beauty, and harmony, promoting a calm environment conducive to conception. These lines also support hormonal balance, which is vital for fertility. So it's best for emotional well-being, reducing stress, and enhancing physical health, all of which contribute to fertility. So at the Venus IC, which is the one that I would recommend the most, you fall in love with the domestic life. So pleasure, beauty, and the simple joys abound in this location. It's the ideal place for motherhood, family life, and local community. On your Venus ascendant, you're glowing here. You're beautiful. Life is enjoyable, relaxing, and easygoing. You also want to take a look at your Jupiter lines. So your IC, your MC, your ascendant, and your descendant. Jupiter represents expansion, growth, and abundance. offering luck and opportunities in all areas, including fertility. The Jupiter IC supports physical growth and nurturing environments, and so it's excellent for conception. Home and family life feels joyful, fun-loving, and expansive. On the MC and ascendant, it enhances optimism and opens opportunities for family building. MC, the world is your oyster. Expect to grow in new ways. The ascendant, Jupiter. In this location, you'll feel optimistic, expansive, and resilient. You'll be a joyful life, and it's a lucky place. On the Jupiter descendant, relationships expand and grow here. And I also want to take a look at sun lines, so your ascendant and your IC. Why? Because the sun boosts vitality, energy, and creativity. It's supportive for pregnancies later in life as it enhances physical strength and optimism. So this is best for overcoming fertility challenges by energizing the body and spirit. So on the ascendant, you radiate the sun in this location. Vitality blossoms, as does your creativity, goals, willpower, and sense of self-expression. Physical health increases. Also, you want to look at the IC. Your personal life shines like the sun. It's an ideal place to settle down, build a family, and a joyous private life. You'll also want to look at the Ceres lines, such as the Ceres ascendant line. This one embodies motherhood. So this line often activates fertility themes throughout the body itself. So possible manifestations could be greater awareness of reproductive health, desire to conceive or nurture, strong connection to pregnancy or motherhood, becoming physically fertile, or focused on nurturing the body. So for someone trying to conceive, this line can support reconnecting with the body's natural rhythms, encourage lifestyle shifts toward nourishment and fertility, but it can also bring up healing around motherhood wounds. You'll also want to look at the Ceres IC line. So this is one of the strongest for fertility. The IC rules the home, family life, roots, and the womb environment. And when Ceres runs along the IC, it can often manifest as a desire to create family, pregnancy or childbirth, deep emotional connection to children, or creating a nurturing home. So many astrologers consider a Ceres IC line as one of the most supportive astrocartography placements for starting a family. But you might also want to check out the Ceres descendant line. So this is parenting through partnership. This can activate fertility through relationships. Possible manifestations might be meeting a partner with strong parenting energy, a partner strongly desiring children, or pregnancy connected to relationship milestones. It can bring about exploring relationship dynamics around nurturing. You also might want to look at the Ceres midheaven line or the MC line because it shows a public role as a nurturer. This may not always show personal pregnancy. However, it can coincide with motherhood becoming part of your life's purpose or identity. So Ceres lines can often activate healing. Unlike Venus or Jupiter, Ceres frequently brings both fertility and the emotional story behind fertility. So it can include pregnancy after loss, healing mother-daughter patterns, reclaiming the ability to nurture. So the myth of Ceres, Demeter, revolves around loss and the return of fertility. So locations on these lines can sometimes correspond to turning points in your reproductive journeys. So they can be especially powerful if Ceres is in the 5th house, if it rules your 5th house sign, if Ceres aspects your moon, Venus, or Jupiter in a positive way, if it's prominent in your fertility indicators. So in those cases, it may be particularly potent to relocate to a Ceres line to activate fertility themes. So some param lines that you might want to look out for. First, the Moon-Jupiter param. This represents nurturing and growth, and this combination enhances fertility and promotes a positive environment for motherhood. Also, the Venus-Moon param. So it's associated with love, harmony, and physical fertility. These locations can foster both conception and maternal health. Also, the Sun-Jupiter param. It boosts physical vitality, optimism, and overall health, making it easier to sustain a healthy pregnancy, especially later in life. You may also want to consider a Chiron moon param. This can be ideal for healing emotional wounds related to past losses and embracing new maternal possibilities. You'll also want to check out the Ceres moon param. This is one of the strongest. It can feel deeply nurturing and supportive of family life. Also the Ceres Jupiter. So this combination often represents growth and expansion of family. It can often correspond with fortunate reproductive timing. Ceres Venus param. This is a very gentle, supporting fertility energy. So many astrologers will associate this combination with a pleasant motherhood experience. Ceres Sun. So this param can activate the life-giving principle of fertility. It can indicate children becoming a defining part of your life path. So lines you want to avoid. Saturn lines, especially ascendant and IC. So these can bring restrictions, delays, difficulties in fertility. If you're located on these lines, you probably want to relocate off of them. Also Pluto lines, MC and ascendant. So I was on my Pluto MC during my fertility journey, and I had 2 really tragic losses, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it. But Pluto lines can lead to intense emotional experiences or transformative challenges, which could complicate the fertility process. Now, I probably wouldn't be here sharing my experiences if I hadn't gone through these Pluto MC experiences, but I'm here to help you avoid those challenges. Also, Mars lines, particularly IC and ascendant. So Mars increases energy and activity and can lead to stress or inflammation, which may not support fertility. Uranus lines, especially the MC or the ascendant. It's associated with unpredictability, and it may lead to unexpected changes in your fertility journey, which could feel destabilizing. However, if you're doing IVF, it may make sense because IVF is somewhat associated with Uranus as a technological advance. So practical steps for using astrocartography for fertility. So you want to first relocate or spend times near these supportive lines, preferably before you move there. Consider the Moon, Venus, and Jupiter lines for a more nurturing and fertile environment. Also, check your natal chart context. Evaluate the condition of your Moon, Venus, Jupiter, and 5th house ruler for farther insights. Time with transit. So please check your transits. You want to align with Jupiter or Venus transits to natal moon, 5th house ruler, or the almutin of pregnancy to maximize your fertility efforts. And please, please meet with a professional fertility astrocartographer to help you in your journey. And I'm here to help you. I'm the academic astrologer at academicastrologer.com, and I hope I can help you on your fertility journey. Thanks and have a great day.